On my recent viral video, one of the comments that I got that really made me laugh was something to the effect of, it's people like you that put out all that cover-up junk that give the hobby a bad name. I chuckled when I saw that, and I asked to myself, I put every single thing I do out on YouTube. I show every step of the process. Exactly what is it I'm covering up here? That's our subject today. Stick around. It's a Talk About It Tuesday, and we're going to talk about it. I'm Mike. You're watching My Car Shop. To be a bit of a jerk, how would you recognize me if I wasn't? I know that the comment probably came from some flaming ashtray who has the perfectionist mindset about doing all of this stuff, and they're going to put the kind of work into a car like this Stitch's Challenger that was a junkyard car, that's a 318 car that doesn't have real high dollar value, and they're going to put, Hemi numbers matching work into a car that they will never return anything near what was invested in it. Now, don't get me wrong. If you enjoy that, that's fine. I don't. I can do that work. I don't want to. I've said that ad nauseum here on the channel. But in a car like this, I want to be out driving the thing. So I bought a cheap Sherman panel that's actually not a fit panel. It's a cover-up panel, but there's nothing covered up. Everything underneath was done. It's all here on the channel. And yes, this seam isn't the prettiest, but again, it's a cover-up panel. If it was a high-dollar car, I would have put a full quarter panel on it. So everything has a context, as you've heard me say so many times. Yes, we went through and cut out all the rusty metal and cut off the old quarter panel and did a lap weld up here because I did it for strength, and we rebuilt the wheel well, and we did all that work. Again, I'm not covering anything up, even though this is a cover-up panel. And that may have been what the reference was one of these old Sherman panels that's designed to just go over the rusty metal, but that's not the point. The point is more the mindset. I know, I get it. Some people are uncomfortable seeing cars before they're pretty. They're uncomfortable seeing the process. I've approached this more like a body shop than a restoration shop. That's exactly the work that's been done here. Just quick slam, bam, get the rust out, make it look pretty, make it fun, make it done, and drive it. That's the whole point here with Stitch's Challenger. And that's all been laid out transparently in 150 plus episodes here on the channel. So let me kind of dig a little bit deeper on that, because I know that rust destroys trust. And if you're going to purchase a classic car, you want to kind of know what you're looking for, or hire somebody that knows what they're looking for, because there is a lot of real crappy stuff that's done out there that can be buyer beware and so forth. I do inspections on vehicles for people for that very reason. People that are interested in purchasing cars, both newer and classic cars. They can hire me to go look at them and give them, be more than 2 cents, but give them my opinion on what it is, what to look for, what it's going to need. And most of the time, I'm pretty accurate. I've never gotten really burnt, to the best of my knowledge, or at least a customer hasn't. Because I believe in sharing transparently, I'm going to tell you a little story. Years ago, I got into painting a car. I won't say what it was to protect the guilty. And partway through the project, the guy decided he wanted to cut his budget. So I had done a lot of skim coating on panels and using polyester primer and blocking everything to the best of my ability. And he just stopped wanting to pay the bill. So I started cutting corners because I wasn't going to lose my tail on the project. I was doing it as a professional. So there in the front fender on the driver's side, there was a big stripe that went down the side of the car. And I thought, I am not going to spend another 15 hours getting this fender perfect. Maybe exaggerating, but not much. We're just going to let it go, because I know when it's striped, you're never going to see those minor imperfections. So when he got the car back, it wasn't striped. Another buddy of mine did the striping on the car, and he said, that fender must have been pretty rough. I can see you got a lot of work into it. No, I didn't. That's why you could see it. If I had a lot of work into it, you wouldn't have seen it. The rest of the car was pretty flawless, because I had a lot of work into it. But he decided they didn't want to spend any more money. So I decided I'm not going to do any more work. Then I had to cover my own rear end to make sure it looked decent. But I was not going to go the extra mile at that point, because it was turning into a sour relationship. Now, the good news is it all came out good. If you saw the car, you'd never know any of that. It was just a professional decision to make to cut some corners to save myself the time so I didn't lose my tail on the job. But the point is, if you don't know what you're looking for, you can make assumptions. Somebody will go to see a car going down the road and it's wavy, and back in the day it was, look at that Bondo bucket. Chances are it wasn't a Bondo bucket. Chances are it was wavy because somebody didn't spend enough block sanding and probably didn't put enough Bondo in it. If you've been around the channel, you've seen me do all kinds of various levels of work, from higher end show quality work to quick slam bam stuff like this car and everything in between. And you're going to see some even quicker, more quicker stuff. Is that the right word? On the 39 pickup that I'm doing. But the reality is, hiding flaws means not showing everything. Hiding flaws means when the camera's off, you do a bunch of stuff to make yourself look better. Is it a temptation? Yes. Here's the reality for you, and I want to bring it back to where you live and where you build. If you're looking at your car and going, I don't know, I'm kind of embarrassed to let anybody see this, don't be. Okay, don't be. They always look rough in process. They do. That's the way that it is. Once you start getting the finish work done, they start looking real pretty. But don't be afraid to let people see the work because it's honest. I've always said the high-end show cars, with a few exceptions, there's not one out there that doesn't have a bunch of mud in it, but it's mud that's done properly, okay? And there's a difference. Yes, there is concourse carriage building. We've talked about all that stuff here. But the reality is, don't be ashamed of what you're doing. You're out here in the shop and you're building and you're making it safe and you're making it done and you're having fun. That's what counts. You want to know the honesty of the work? You can look right up in there and see the flange where the quarter panel has been both plug welded and edge welded to the car. I'm not hiding it. I don't believe in hiding anything. You want to know what's in a car? I'll tell you. You want to know if there's mud in it? I'll tell you. I got nothing to hide. I very rarely sell a car, but I believe in transparency because I believe your reputation isn't built so much on, what am I trying to say? Your reputation is built on your honesty and your transparency, not necessarily always on the finished product. So I want to reinforce to you a couple of things. Just keep working at it. Keep plugging away at it. Don't worry about what it looks like in the between time. You know, it doesn't have to be a meantime just because it's in the meantime that it doesn't look perfect. Second, don't quit. Don't give up because you think all your work is crap. In the body shop world, we always would say Bondo and paint will make us what we ain't. It's a joke. Body shop guys know we're not trying to put mud on that. We want to get the metal as straight as possible. But the reality is that's what body fillers created for. Again, 426 Hemi, 4-speed, 1 of 300, blah, blah, blah. Talking a 5, 6, 7-figure car. Wouldn't be using these panels on that. No, not at all. But in the context of your project, be proud of what you're doing. Remember, you're doing something that most people can't do. It really is true. It's a shift in attitude. It's a shift in mindset. The only person that needs to be proud of what you're doing is you. And I want to encourage you with that. Be proud of your work. Be willing to learn. Be willing to accept constructive criticism. But don't take the words of some flaming ashtray who's sitting behind his keyboard in his mommy's basement who's never touched a car in his life. Don't take the words of somebody like that, take it to heart and give up. The point is, you're out there, you're building, and you're doing it. And every time you do one, you get better, and you get better, and you get better. And pretty soon, you're better. And it's not that you were bad in the beginning. So that's my word for today. That's our Talk About It Tuesday. I appreciate you being here. Just wanted to offer some encouragement on that. Again, it's, how you want to do the hobby is totally up to you. I will not criticize anybody for that. Where I get my tail in a knot is when somebody comes in and starts criticizing what somebody else is doing. We can all enjoy it in different ways. You've heard me preach that over and over again here on the channel. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for being here. We have channel memberships for as little as $5 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes stuff. And one more thing. It's important that I don't want you to forget.